Don't say like, and do not presume that there are other facilities around. You don't need to do that. Hi there, and thank you for submitting your report for assessment at IELTS Juice. Let's go through the assessment together. First, we look at the rubric. The rubric here says the maps below, so it's plural. We are given more than one visual. Show an industrial area in the town of Norbiton. So it's an industrial area in the town. It's an area of the town. It's not the town itself. It's just a section of the town. And planned future for development of the site. We don't know when in the future. Well, look at the vocabulary here. It says planned. It's deliberate. It's not just some random estimation. It is planned. People are going to shape this location based on the map. So everything is going to be this way or is going to look like this in the future because we planned it. And energy of human beings are going to be into this, not just by some natural events. And I'm just pointing out the effect of vocabulary here. The first map gives us this geographical location, which is a very good thing. We actually need that. North, south, west, east, very helpful. So basically, we have everything we need with these factories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the river on top, farmland. But it's very simple. At one glance, you can see everything. Then we move to the planned future development. And here, many things have changed. There is no sign of any factory anymore, and it's been transformed into housing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 housing areas or housing units. The other functions like shops and medical center, playground, schools are actually going to pop up, are going to appear, and this is very good. You can also see that the farmland remains relatively in the same location, but we have this access by a bridge to this housing location to the north, and there's a smaller roundabout. Okay, I have all the information I wanted to understand from the visuals. Let's look at the response. All right, and I have the visual here on the side at any point to use it as a reference. Let's start. The maps illustrate the present industrial area of Norbiton town and the proposed development in the future. Okay, very good. The present industrial area of Norbiton town and the proposed development. Proposed is a very good choice of word here. It is proposed. Then this is just one sentence. I don't like one sentence paragraphs. For reports, it is okay. For task 1, generally speaking, paragraphing is not that big deal. Unless you really want to go for a 9 or for 8. Other than that, this is fine. Overall, the industrial area will observe drastic changes in its layout. I agree, that's a very good overview. Namely, now we need a semicolon, not a comma, because this is a sentence. And comma cannot join two sentences. That's a very famous error called comma splice. We have two sentences, two independent clauses or independent sentences with their own messages. For that, we really need to use a semicolon. Namely, factories will be completely taken over by housing and amenities such as a school. A school is correct. You are very correct in pointing out other amenities. I wouldn't say such as a school. I wouldn't say it here. It's giving examples in introductions is not a very good idea in writing in general. Maybe you could say other amenities, and you can say the names of that. You could say i.e. a school, a playground, a medical center, and the last one I forgot. What was the last one? There you go. A school, a playground, okay, and I cannot say so, and shops. All right. There is no harm in just putting them next to each other because we don't want to give examples here. Our job is to report whatever we see. So there's no point in giving examples. Can you see a school? Yes. So there will be a school in the future. Can you see a playground? Yes. There will be a playground, a medical center, and there will be shops. How many? We don't know. We cannot say some or a lot of. We cannot say that. We just need to say there will be shops. It can be 2 or 200. We don't know. So far, I'm very pleased with the couple of sentences so far that I have read. The current industrial area has a big roundabout in the center. I like this adjective. You could have said something better, like a big, a significant roundabout size-wise, but big is, there's no harm in it. I'm just saying. In the center that can be accessed from the road to its south. I am just talking to you from the writing perspective. We haven't introduced the road yet, and we just simply go ahead and say the road to its south. You kind of narrowly escape this trap by saying to its south, and now we understand that there is a road to its south. So this is great, but it's risky. It's a risky move. If you're going to, for the first time, you're going to introduce something, try not to say the, because we haven't talked about it yet. We don't know in this report that there is a road to the south. And now you're just saying the road. And I'm like, the road? Which road? What road? And you immediately say the road to its south. Now it's a good save. It's a very good save. It's risky. If you have done it intentionally, bravo. But it's a risky move. To this roundabout, there are 3 factories encircling it from southwest to the north. Let's see. We're talking about this from southwest all the way to the north. Very good. Very good. The site's eastern side, not the site eastern's side. The site's eastern side is all an adjective. You can say the site's new site, the site's beautiful aspect, but we cannot say the site's beautiful aspect. That doesn't make sense. Eastern is an adjective. You cannot put a apostrophe s to an adjective. So the site's eastern side houses 5 factories. Let's check. Correct. Which can be reached via a lane. Across the northern part, farmland is present adjacent to a river. Adjacent is a very good word. You could also say that the farmland stretches along the river bank, or the river's northern bank. Just some idea to make it more accurate. Adjacent is also a good fit. Now, moving on to the second body paragraph, which I believe is going to be devoted to the second visual, and you did the right thing. For 2 visuals, we have 2 paragraphs. 1 paragraph dedicated to 1 visual. That's a safe strategy. That strategy always works. So you played it safe, which is at IELTS a logical move to make. The anticipated makeover will witness, I like this word, will witness the addition of a small roundabout. You don't need anything here. You don't need commas. By modifying the southern outlet, again, no comma is needed, and joining the big roundabout. We need this because it's some sort of a like element after element. So you move, and by witnessing the addition of a small roundabout, there's a small roundabout, and then what you're saying is that by modifying the southern outlet, this is the southern outlet, and joining the big roundabout. On second thought, maybe you could delete this and keep the comma joining the big roundabout. That is also accurate, but the message is slightly different. Slightly different. Either way works. I also believe without and with just 1 comma is correct. The big roundabout will also be transformed to accommodate 2 additional lanes. By 2 additional lanes, I guess you mean 2 other exits. Usually, around roundabouts, these are called exits, but that might be a little bit too technical. Factories on either side of the roundabout will be replaced by residential housing and other facilities like shops, a medical center, and a playground. I wouldn't say other facilities because we only see shops and medical center. So don't say like, and do not presume that there are other facilities around. You don't need to do that. There are no other facilities around. If there were any other facility around the roundabout, we would be able to see it here. But I'm looking at the image right now, at the visual right now. There is none. When there is none, we are not allowed to presume there would be something. We are not allowed to do that. This is not wrong, but again, another risky move. In the north, a T-shaped road and a bridge will be constructed to access the housing on the farmland. You very well addressed pretty much all the elements over here. Very good, but we, for instance, didn't say that the playground and the school will be on the eastern side of this big roundabout. Shops will be in the southwest. Medical center will be on the southeast. And we didn't say that these 2 will be just around or adjacent. Let me borrow your word, adjacent to this roundabout, while the other amenities are going to be on the eastern side of that roundabout. Okay. And the roundabout's position remained the same in Yeah, nobody touched the roundabout. It remained as a fixed element. The river also is a natural element, naturally remains fixed. It's okay not to talk about this. And I'm very happy with the response. We touched on all the elements, but it could be more fully developed. Let's look at the band descriptors together. That's the area where I need to say that I'm impressed with the grammar. Those little changes that we made basically didn't affect the grammar, so your score in grammar is very good. You have a very good control over your grammar style, grammar sentences. You can use it very well to deliver the messages you want. You played a little bit risky. It gives you a very good variety. It shows that you have an excellent control. As for coherence and cohesion, you can see that paragraphing is not important. Paragraphing here is not adequate, but it's not going to be counted towards the score because it's task 1. So 7 is the highest score here. The organization is logical. And the progression, the range of cohesive devices, again, everything looks very good. You're referencing very risky, but you got away with the perfect score for your referencing. The two areas that we need to focus on are, one is the lexical resource. The vocabulary was adequate. You know why it's not sufficient? It's because we didn't actually get into detail. Words like such as and like are not used very accurately. We didn't need to use them that way. They weren't wrong. We're not talking about them being wrong. We are saying they are not used in the most intelligent way. Here we could use them intelligently. And we didn't see many errors over there. And we only maybe some word choice. That's one of the examples I just said. And there was one apostrophe S issue. You know, the vocabulary, again, the role of the organization, the word formation, the formation of those words was not accurate. And the overview is really appropriately selected, but it's too generic. I love them, but a little bit too generic again. All in all, 6.5 is a healthy score. It's bordering 7, needs a little bit more practice. And I hope next time I'll be assessing a 7 report or maybe task 2 essay from you. Until then, take care.